At Unique Active, we receive many databases in Excel format to use in variable printing projects or as mailing lists. This isn't surprising. After all, Excel is the world's most popular database. But Excel isn't actually a database program. It's a spreadsheet. It lacks a lot of the tools and functionality of a real database program. And many people aren't familiar with the tools that Excel does have. We encounter many of the same problems with Excel files over and over again. Many times there's a simple and quick way to solve the issue. We'd like to share a few quick fixes for some common Excel database problems. Many times we'll receive data that has extra spaces at the end or the beginning of a data field. This can be a problem if you're going to use your data for variable printing or as an address list. Excel's trim tool can help you get rid of these extra spaces. Normally the extra spaces are at the end of the data field, but we've placed them at the beginning to make it easier to see. The trim tool command is just trim and takes one parameter in parentheses after it. So it's equal, trim, parentheses, then the cell you want to trim, followed by close parentheses. Trim will eliminate all extra spaces at the front and the back of your data. If you want to copy the newly trimmed data over to the original column, you'll see there's a problem. Because the new column is just a formula that refers to the original cell, you'll get a reference error. The way to get around this is to go to the Paste menu and select Paste Values. And the untrimmed data is now replaced with the clean data and is ready to use. Often your database will have both first and last names combined in a single column. This can be a problem if you want to use only one of the names. For instance, to address a letter Dear Stephen or Dear Jocelyn. Thankfully, it's easy to split names using the Text to Columns tool. The first step is to add an empty column next to the text you want to break up. Then highlight the column to be split. Go to the Data toolbar and click the Text to Columns icon. Make sure that Delimited is selected and press Next. The tool will ask how the data is delimited. Make sure Space is selected and click Next. You'll see a preview. Click Finish and your data has been split into first and last names. Many times, besides first and last names, some of your data may have middle initials. If this is the case, you'll need to add another empty column. So, add the additional column. Highlight the text to be split, and use the Text to Columns tool as before. You'll see the names with the middle initial have been split into 3 columns. Delete the initials, move the last names into the appropriate column, and delete the empty column to keep your worksheet clean. And now your names are split and your data is ready to go. Sometimes you might want to combine data from multiple columns into one column. For instance, here you might want to combine city, state, and zip into one field. This can be done with Excel's Concatenate tool. The Concatenate tool can be typed directly into the formula bar, and this can be easier if you just have to combine 2 cells. But for more cells, there's an easier way. Go to the Formula toolbar and click on the arrow under the text icon. Select Concatenate from the menu, and up will appear an input form. Enter the first field in the Text 1 box. In this case, click on the City cell. In Text 2, add a space between quotation marks. Then add State in Text 3, another space between quotes, and finally the zip. The concatenate tool combines the strings into a new field. Drag the cell down to apply to all rows. Just like with the trim tool, I'm going to copy the column and paste it using paste values. This will get rid of any formula in the background of the cell. And my cells are combined and ready to be used.